without further ado, we're going to get our virtual summer study fair started. Our first program we're going to be featuring is Credo Music.
Great. I'm going to put on my timer here. I'm Peter Slowick. I'm the director of Credo, and I'm here at Oberlin Conservatory, which is my job. I've been to the summer festivals are the best, and Emily did such a great job of queuing up a lot of stuff. Our summer festival has a couple of incarnations. It's got something at Oberlin for pre-formed groups. As a thing, we've been doing Credo for 25 years, and it's been string-based. And so classical string based, not string based, but based on strings. And we have done strings. So this year, age 20 or below, we're going to be going for the string intensive, which is in Chicago. And then age 18 and above, we'll be doing orchestral stuff. And so there's a video about it, so you can see something about it. I would point out this program is in downtown Chicago. It's at Symphony Center. When I was growing up, I played in the Civic Orchestra of Chicago and shared the facilities with Chicago Symphony. That's one of the things that launched my career, so I wanted to share that with other people. Take it away on the video.
There are so many festivals that can develop you as a musician, but Credo has a distinct and unique focus on the person.
There was a safe place to be me, to play music, to learn how to play music from expert teachers.
Credo has opened so many doors for me, both personally and professionally. And I truly don't think that I would be where I am in my career without having my experiences at Credo.
I find that a lot of playing can be clearer.
The faculty are also open and honest with their musical ideas and their personal ideas. What sets them apart from other faculty at other festivals is that they really are trying to get to know us.
I don't think at other camps I went to, I was able to walk and talk with my teachers and ask them questions about life.
They're willing to show you exactly what you can do to get to the level that you want to be. At a personal level, they will teach you one-on-one.
I love passing on the traditions that I've been taught in music that are important. What is it that you must communicate to the audience and how to do that?
The faculty at this festival, beyond being some of the most accomplished musicians in the country, are also some of the coolest people.
We get to share with students the little inside things that maybe you don't get in your university or conservatory.
Being in Symphony Center, performing here on Saturday is such an honor.
That is something special and is really something to be treasured.
Credo is so much fun because the community that you're able to create here.
The most special thing this week has probably been building relationships that are going to last a lifetime.
I know basically everyone's name. We're going out and getting coffee together.
Any student coming to Credo will find a camaraderie that they will never forget.
I would definitely encourage people to apply to the Credo Festival. As soon as you get on campus, it's go time, and you're working toward that common goal of having a full performance ready by the end of the week. And to have this certain cohesion for working with each other for such a short period of time, it's mind-blowing and really exciting.
Great. So we're a 1 week kind of peak experience for your summer. Hopefully you can experience our program plus some of the other great programs on the screen here. It's residential, age 16 and above. It's non-residential because downtown Chicago, we want you guys to be in charge of your kids' safety a little bit and judge whether that's appropriate for you kids, your kids below the age of 16. But we do give people a lot of care. It's a lot of kids' first summer experience away. We cherish that. And to have those kids opposite these major professionals from significant orchestras, it's just a joy. So investigate Credo. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Peter. Up next, we have Ascent Festival.
Hello, everyone. I apologize if I cough a little. I have a bit of a cold right now, but I'm Peter. I'm the program manager for Ascent International Music Festival. We offer 3 main festivals for students aged 13 to 30. Our flagship is our 3-week Chamber Music Festival. And then we also offer a 1-week cello intensive festival and a 1-week viola intensive festival. To talk briefly about the Chamber Music Festival first. So our Chamber Music Festival, like I said, is for students aged 13 to 30 to study both solo and chamber music repertoire in an intensive setting. We are based on the campus of Western Reserve Academy in Hudson, Ohio, which is just 30 minutes outside of Cleveland. It's a beautiful little town, and the campus is a very safe place where students can either live in the dorms on campus or off campus if they so choose. They are offered 2 45-minute lessons a week with their Ascent faculty on their instrument, as well as a weekly studio class where all the students can get together to play solo repertoire for their teachers in a positive and warm environment. And then as well as this, each person is put into a chamber group with students of similar age and level, where they get a weekly 90-minute chamber coaching with our faculty as well. We have the Catalyst Quartet, who is our quartet in residence, who not only does concerts at the festival, but is our primary chamber coach group, where you get coachings with a number of the members of the Catalyst Quartet. Alongside this, there's many opportunities for your chamber group to perform, but also if a student has solo repertoire that they've been really looking forward to performing, we have piano faculty that allow them to perform a variety of their solo pieces, both on campus at our Rising Artists Concert and with outreach performances within the community. The Cello and Viola Music Festival happened the week before the Chamber Music Festival. Both also are on Western Reserve Academy. They primarily follow a similar structure. You get 2 45-minute lessons during that week. Alongside that, you have a daily hour technique class with one of our cello or viola faculty. And the week culminates with solo performances if the student so chooses, or a cello choir / viola choir performance at the end of the week at Western Reserve Academy's hall, the chapel. We really push to strive to have a really warm and welcoming environment. We give lots of time for personal practice, but alongside this, each student also gets lots of additional workshops on top of their master classes and lessons and chamber coachings that they can use to sort of develop a more well-rounded sense. Things like this include, we have a member of New World Symphony who often comes and will do orchestral excerpt training. We have members of Cleveland Orchestra and Cincinnati Symphony also to talk about how to develop a career in either orchestra or chamber or solo / freelance. So that's it for me. I really hope you look into Ascent. Our faculty and our dates are up for 2025, and our applications will be opening on December 1st.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Peter. Up next, we have Boston University Timberwood Institute.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Wendell. I'm the Executive Director of Boston University Tanglewood Institute, lovingly known as BUTI. I've never heard it called booty in my life, ever. We don't do that. But at BUTI, it's between 2 and 8 week program. We have a total of 25 programs that we run through the summer. So right in the beginning, there's 2 weeks of workshop intensives. So that's individual, if you're a violinist, violin specific playing and learning and technique and sound. If you're an oboe player, same thing. So we have workshops in all of the instruments that you would find in an orchestra or wind ensemble. That includes euphonium and saxophone. We have composition fundamentals for folks who are just getting into composition and really, really interested in learning more. Electroacoustic composition for folks who maybe want to learn how to manipulate sound with computer. Yeah, wow, it's really special. We also have string quartet and woodwind quintet workshops. So those are our 2-week workshops right in the beginning of the summer. They are really just so short, but also very, very tremendous. In that time, you're getting access to guest artists, you're getting access to Boston University professors, you're getting individual attention, and you're learning from your peers in a group setting. Then after that, starting on July 6th, we have our Young Artist programs. This is probably what BUTI is most famous for. It's a long program. So these are 4 to 6 week programs, and there's a piano program, wind ensemble, orchestra, voice, harp, composition, and it is really just one big happy family. So the top level things that you need to know coming away from BUTI, what you're going to end up getting is an unbelievable individual attention curriculum. You're going to get experience playing in the top ensembles really in the country. You're going to get access to the Boston Symphony Orchestra members. You're going to see the BSO play every night. Well, maybe not every night, but definitely 4 nights a week for free. You're going to get chamber music. You're going to get private lessons. And more than that, you're going to end up as a network alumni of this incredible program that spans all over the country and all over the globe. You know, there's some of the best musicians in the world. Our BUTI alum Joe Conyers, principal double bass of the Philadelphia Orchestra, Anthony McGill, principal clarinet of New York Phil. Basically, I could go on listing awesome people for the rest of the night, but you need to know that what it's like to be there. And what it's like to be there is literally, it's the only word is magic. It's magic. It's more than you could ever imagine. So we live on campus in individual rooms with a roommate, dorm style, much like when you go to college. So we have 5 different, I said 10, but I meant 5 different dorms that students live in. And it's really, really like college prep. So you walk up to the cafeteria where we have 3 meals a day, plenty of vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free options. I myself am vegetarian and I get plenty to eat. It's delicious. We have nurses on campus 24/7. We have a health and wellness program so that you're really taking care of your mind and your body while you're also learning this wonderful craft that you want to, you know, spend your time with. We typically reside in single gender dorms. We have gender neutral housing available. There's laundry there. So now's a great time to learn how to do your laundry by yourself if you don't know how. And I promise we can teach you how to do that. It's coin operation. It's actually really fun, I swear. And then there's the community life, which, you know, there's a lot of time outside. We have basketball courts, tennis courts, big field for soccer and football. We do a lot of Frisbee. We have a ping pong tournament every year that we have a special pair of ping pong paddles that were signed by Hilary Hahn that kids get to play with as the champions. Anyway, it's a really fun time outside of music and inside of music. And so I'll just say, you know, I know I'm running short on time because this is just the best place on earth. Sorry, everywhere is the best place on earth this year, but also this is the best place on earth. So the thing that you get at BUTI, you get a lot of freedom, a lot of autonomy. If you want to walk downtown, you can walk downtown. You don't need to check in with me. If you want to go down and watch a Tanglewood Music Center, the fellows, you want to watch them rehearse, you can go ahead and do that. We ask you to be a real representative of BUTI and a real representative of the best version of you all the time. So you're going to come to campus, you're going to meet your instant best friend as your roommate, you're going to meet your next best friends as your chamber music peers and your colleagues in a large ensemble. You're going to walk downtown for ice cream and lunch every now and then. You're going to go to BSO concerts in the evening. You are going to have just mind-blowing experiences with masterclass faculty. And not only that, you're going to walk away with college credit. So for every week that you are in attendance at Boston University Tanglewood Institute, you get 1 college credit that's transferable to any college anywhere. So if you're there for 2 weeks, it's 2 credits, 8 weeks, it's 8 credits. And it's a really, really good deal. You want that college credit, I promise. We have scholarships available. We have a full scholarship reserved for an Equity Arc student. So if you're thinking about money and you're worried about money, don't. Just ignore the money for now, apply, and we'll see what we can do when you get in. You know, we're going to work with you. We want there to be no barrier. The dollar sign should not be a reason to not go to summer study. And I will just follow and end by saying, yes, BUTI, I think, is the best place on earth. But no matter what you do, you have to go to a summer program. It will change everything that you see. The people, the colleagues that are here, I love them all. They're amazing. Whatever you do, you have to go somewhere. Please, please, please. And also, if that happens to be BUTI, I would love that too.
Thanks so much, Nicole. I love the energy and passion. Up next, we have Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here this evening. So many, like Nicole said, so many wonderful festivals are represented here this evening. So no matter where you end up this summer, you'll be destined to have a great time. I have a little slideshow here I want to share with everyone about Green Mountain. So Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival, whoops, I went all the way to the beginning. Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival is a 5-week festival that takes place at St. Michael's College in Colchester, Vermont. If you haven't noticed yet, there are so many festivals in Vermont. Vermont is a beautiful place to be. We're lucky to be there. We primarily have our 4-week festival, which has been running for now its 21st year in 2025 for violin, viola, and cello students. So we have 2 programs this year. We'll have our 4-week program, our regular program for students ages 14 to 30, and we have a junior program premiering this coming summer for 8 to 13-year-olds, so violin, viola, cello. I'll talk a little bit about both programs. Green Mountain is a residential program, so all students live on campus in air-conditioned housing. You'll be put into a suite-style dorm with your own private sleeping space, which also becomes your practice room. You'll be put into a string quartet with your peers. That will be your group for the 4 weeks or 2 weeks, depending on which festival. And there'll be many performance opportunities, both on campus and in the community. And we have lots of guests that visit Green Mountain in the summer. This coming summer, we have the Pacifica Quartet and the Ballardet Quartet. And so there'll be opportunities for master classes and coachings and almost weekly concerts. So there's either a student concert or a faculty concert each night at Green Mountain. The energy is high. There's always something going on. The day is pretty jam-packed, but also very wonderful over those weeks. Like I said, the junior program is launching this coming summer. Will be a 2-week intensive for 8 to 13-year-old students. Also private practice time, chamber music coachings. We'll have an orchestra as well for the junior program. And the 2 programs will overlap, which is an exciting thing. The last week of the regular festival will be the first week of the junior program, so the students will really have an opportunity to learn from one another. This is a sample daily schedule. You're kind of up and at 'em right away. Right after breakfast, you go into your solo practice time, which is structured into the the schedule during the 4-week program. Afternoons for chamber music coachings. Then we have lots of presentations. We have wellness offerings, free time in the afternoon. And then, like I said, there's a concert. We do recreational activities both during the week and off campus on the weekends to balance out all of the practicing that you'll be doing. We usually have between 200 and 225 students for the 4-week festival. The junior program will be smaller with 24 students. And we have a huge outreach component to our festival where students are constantly playing in Burlington, just down the hill, at many different locations, and connecting with the community and really acting as ambassadors for the next generation of classical music. We have a lot of other program offerings too for those older students who might be interested in getting Suzuki teacher training. We have a Suzuki Institute after the 4-week festival ends. We offer usually some kind of Feldenkrais or Alexander technique, yoga. We do a secondary viola option for violinists. This is our student picnic we have every year at St. Michael's. St. Michael's College is a wonderful campus. It's perfect. Everything is walking distance. You can get where you need to be very easily. We have a wonderful faculty of 35 to 40 teachers from across the country and the world. This is where they perform for the Artist Faculty Series. Like I said, we have guest artists each summer. We've had Joseph Lin and Astrid Sween. The Ballardet Quartet has been with us for a few summers. The Parkers were there, and these were our artists from 2024. So there's never an end to the wonderful guests that you'll be working with, guests and faculty. Like I said, we have a lot of community engagement that keeps our students busy and connected with the community, really giving them an opportunity to advocate for music and the arts at large. Burlington is a wonderful, bustling place if you haven't been there yet. So there's many things to do. It's pretty easy to get down to Burlington in your free time. And like I said, we do off-campus trips as well. It's a wonderful time. It's a busy time. I think like all of these festivals, you're just kind of nonstop, on the go all the time, but very much worth it. So I invite you to consider Green Mountain this summer. We'd love to have you. And like I said, any one of these programs is a great place to end up in the summer. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Amanda. Up next, we have Greenwood Music Camp.
Hello, everybody. I'm Becca Fisher. I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm representing Greenwood today. And also with me is Debbie Greenebaum, who is, I run the senior camp at Greenwood, and I'm also the executive director, and Debbie runs the junior camp. So we're both here, and I think we'll both talk a little bit about Greenwood. Greenwood is a very special place. I've been teaching there. I'm a violinist for 20 years. My quartet was in residence there for a period of time, and I also went there as a junior camper and a senior camper. So I've just kind of been embedded in this very special place. As you can see from this first picture, it's in a really beautiful environment, and it's just a treasured place to spend the summer. The focus is really on chamber music, and you'll see here the top picture is from a senior camp concert. The bottom picture is from a junior camp concert. And the focus is always on the whole person at Greenwood. We have a very warm family environment. Both of the camps are very small. The senior camp is about 60 to 63 campers. Junior camp is about 56 campers. And it's a non-competitive atmosphere. And although the level of playing is very high, it's an exciting weekly schedule. We have new chamber groups each week and a concert for the campers every Saturday night, which is usually pretty epically long. I would say probably 3 to 4 hours of packed chamber music experiences and students cheering for each other. We have a lot of sight reading parties. As you can see here, the senior camp is 5 weeks and is for high school students, and junior camp is for 2 weeks, so ages 10 to 13. And we really work with every family and every camper to make sure that they will have a really special and welcoming experience at Greenwood. It's very important to us, to me and Debbie, to have contact with every family member, every family from the very first time that you send an application in. So if you send an application to Greenwood, you will immediately get an email from me or Debbie. So it's a very close interaction from the beginning. Hold on a second, I'm having trouble with me. Here we go. Okay. So although Greenwood is primarily a chamber music camp, and that's really the focus, we also have instrumental lessons, and we have orchestra, and we have choir. And this program has been going on for 93 summers. This coming up in 2025 will be our 93rd year, and it's been a very special and kind of similar program for those many, many, many years. And we've really kept this environment of kind of taking care of the whole person and the whole musician really at the forefront. And so we have a lot of supportive teachers and coaches. Our rehearsals are very fun. You can see here we have some shots from both our wind players in the orchestra at senior camp and our junior camp singers here, and someone practicing on our beautiful campus right next to the wall here. We have concerts every weekend, as I said. So, you know, I love all these conversations about people talking about the friendships that are made at summer camp, and it really is extraordinary. No matter where you go, you can find friends that really that you would cherish forever. And Greenwood has a wonderful history of that. Many incredible chamber musicians and soloists and orchestra players met at Greenwood and are still close friends, and that's something that is very special about this camp. It is definitely, you know, a music camp, but we have a lot of camp games. We have a beautiful organic garden, as you can see up here, that campers help take care of. We are very fortunate to own a beautiful portion of farmland. It's over 90 acres. And so campers are able to walk around without any shoes on a regular basis if you so choose, and practice outside. And it's just a very beautiful, inspiring environment for making music and friendships. We have a exciting annual treasure hunt that will last an entire day and evening, and a lot of traditions that have really stood the test of time in terms of our camp lore, I would say. And I don't know, Debbie, if you want to talk about our living environments a little bit.
Sure. So we have 2 cabins in the lower living area, in the boys area, and then up in the house we have where girls live and all gender housing as well. We have a cabin. So there's in the house, it's where some of the younger campers live, and it feels very homey. And at junior camp we play chamber music at night, the faculty and the counselors together, so the kids fall asleep to chamber music, which is a wonderful thing. Becca, should I talk a little bit about junior camp now?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so junior camp is ages 10 to 13, and it is also chamber music, thank you, chamber music, orchestra, and sing. The kids get their music on a Monday morning, and then they perform at the end of the week, and then they get a new chamber group the following week. They get as many lessons as they need to learn the music well. And again, like, we're filled with music, but we also have all these activities like the treasure hunt, capture the flag, PDQ Bach night, concerts from the counselors and faculty, ping pong tournament, is lots of camps, a talent show, a game every night in the beautiful field. But I know we're out of time, but we would love to have you audition and see how it goes. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, so here's just a little bit of information here. Senior camp applications due February 1st, junior camp applications due January 15th, and there's the website where you can go to find out more information. We have live auditions and over Zoom. So we would love to meet you, hear you play, and if you have any questions, please contact me or Debbie. It's great to see all of you here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you both. Up next, we have the Heifetz Music Institute.
I'm Benjamin Rowe. I'm the president and CEO of the Heifetz International Music Institute. I've been on the job at Heifetz for the last 10 years. And we probably don't need a lot of introduction to this group. I did want to begin actually by not talking about our program, but endorsing a few comments that I've heard along the way from Nicole and from Emily, and most recently from Becca. Whatever you do, apply. Because truly a summer program is going to change the arc. It's going to be transformational in many respects for your son or daughter, or for you if you're applying. It really is no experience like it. It's a time when you can kind of put all those other things that you worry about during the year, you know, whether you're studying for your English final or arguing with your parents, all you can do is eat, sleep, drink, breathe music. And it truly is something for an aspiring musician. There is nothing else like it. So, of course, I want you to come to the Heifetz Institute because we're the best ones around, as any of the people over here would tell you. I'm not going to go into a lot of big presentation that we do. I'll do a quick share of our website. We actually just opened our application portal this week. So if you go to heifetzinstitute.org, you can check it all out and take a look at what we're about. What we're known for is the fact that at the Heifetz Institute, we say you can't really hide. We have that traditional conservatory system. We have 8 students per studio in both our senior and junior divisions. Our senior division is generally students about 14 to 16 years old, and our junior division has students actually as young as 7 or 8 up to about 13 or 14. The Institute, I'll tell you right now, it's hard to get into, and we have many students who apply 2 or 3 times before they're actually accepted. But in a sense, they know that they're going to come to Heifetz and they're going to get opportunities to play. They're going to get opportunities to really learn and perform with their peers and with faculty, which I think are rank among the best in the world. I'm really, really proud of the faculty we have and the loyalty that they exhibit towards the Heifetz Institute. What we think is the special sauce at the Institute is what we call communication and performance training. And that means that every student, besides taking their 2 private lessons per week, 2 chamber music coachings per week, their studio classes, they also have these modules in learning about public speaking, about movement, about yoga. It's taught by the excellent teacher and violinist Melissa White. Also freedom of expression and drama, so that they actually learn to become complete performers, not just very good musicians. And we think that's one of the distinguishing hallmarks of the Institute. There's also something that we do that we started a couple of years ago that's called Tape and Listen. We have a lot of performances. We do about 5 or 6 per week at the Institute. But at every performance, every single one, a student has a chance to play a full dress rehearsal, and then with an audience of just the artistic director, they get to listen back to it and view the video of their performance and get notes from the artistic director. Our artistic director, Nicholas Kitchen of the Borromeo Quartet at NEC, I think is an amazing individual. He takes that time with each individual student. We have chamber music and solo. We don't do orchestra. And at the same time, you might have heard about Heifetz, so we require every student to introduce their pieces. And every student, my background is actually in broadcasting, every single student in our senior and junior division has to give their speech to me before they give it in public. So we really like to take a very hands-on, intensive approach to what we do at the Institute. What we like to say is that nobody can hide at the Institute. It really challenges you to develop your own artistic personality. We have 2 junior sessions. We started the junior division in 2016, and it's proved to be very, very successful. So our overall dates will be June 20th till August 3rd. It's a 6-week festival for the seniors. For the juniors, it's 2 3-week festivals broken up over that same time period. And every student in the junior division gets to play both a solo piece on stage as well as playing in a chamber group. Our Stars of Tomorrow concerts in the senior division is a sort of a meritocracy, and some students get the opportunity to play 5 or 6 times a year. The summer during the Institute, they also have a faculty chamber music collaboration, so you might be on stage with Shmuel Ashkenazi and Ralph Kirschbaum and Michael Klotz or Ettore Cosa playing chamber music. So it's really a pretty remarkable experience. Visit our website, heifetzsinstitute.org. I guess I should also mention that one thing that we really pride ourselves on, that performance experience, is that we live stream almost all of our concerts, and we have a very, very active and robust YouTube channel. We've had more than 18 million views to our channel and 60,000 subscribers. And a lot of our students come from Australia, from Brazil, from Uzbekistan, from Korea, from Taiwan, partly because they see these performances on our YouTube channel. So we'd love to see you. I once again want to encourage you, apply, 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 because it could be just the greatest change in your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Up next, we have Interlochen Arts Camp.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And I'm excited that we get to help you find the right summer study for you this summer. So we're Interlochen Arts Camp. We're located in Northwest Michigan, a small town just south of Traverse City. We have 2 beautiful lakes on campus and a forest of stately pines that you'll get to produce your art in. So 5 reasons why Arts Camp is the best camp. At Interlochen, you get access to amazing teachers and state-of-the-art facilities. Our teachers are coming from across the country as well as internationally. And we have a variety of facilities for you to perform in, including our largest amphitheater, which is Kresge. You'll make friends from around the world. Our campers represented all 50 states, 3 U.S. territories, and 42 countries last summer. So you'll get to make lots of friends and learn about a lot of different cultures along the way. You get to discover the great outdoors. So while you will get to perform and play your music, you also get to spend time outside. I'll talk more about the recreation, but you get to swim, and we have pontoon boats and kayaks. You get to play in the woods, and it's a whole lot of fun outside of your class time. You get to enjoy all the fun of art and camp. So during the class time, you'll have your art time, and then outside you'll have lots of recreation, camp songs, and more. And then of course you get to share your art with others. We have 7 different arts areas represented at camp. So you, a musician, might live with a filmmaker, a visual artist, a creative writer, and get to collaborate across those arts areas. So here is our beautiful music center. This is where we house a lot of our pianos. We have 240 pianos on campus over the summer, and it's really amazing to see all of them being used. We have a contemporary music studio, music production happening, large orchestra room, classrooms, which you can see on the screen, and so much more. You'll be making your music in this building, in other buildings, and even outside throughout the summer. Our programs span 3rd through 12th grade. So to give you a little look at what we offer, our junior division is for grades 3 through 6. Those are currently in grades 3 through 6. We have 4-week options for our advanced programs, our advanced strings and advanced piano. We also have junior strings, junior voice, piano, brass, woodwind, and percussion, and guitar. Those are all 2-week sessions, so you can pick the dates that work best for your schedule. We also have our 6th through 8th grade programs, our orchestra and wind ensemble, which includes all orchestral and wind instruments. We have our harp program, piano, organ, voice, guitar, and some contemporary offerings as well. Our advanced program at this level is going to be a 6-week program. In the orchestra and wind ensemble, you will actually have 2 concerts throughout camp. And then we have our high school programs for 9th through 12th graders. We have 1-week intensives that start at the very beginning of camp, covering all instruments. And then we have our 3- and 6-week programs. We also have composition and our contemporary offerings at the high school level as well. And at the high school level, orchestra and wind ensemble and advanced string quartet students will have a concert every week of camp for 6 weeks. It's a lot of fun. Typical day, you'll wake up, have your classes. Our junior and intermediate campers will have an hour for rest hour, and then you'll have recreation time in the evening. Classes will be Tuesday through Saturday and recreation on Sunday and Monday. And we have lots of fun at camp too. S'mores, we have swings, ping pong tournaments, swimming, tennis, archery, cabin nights. We have lots of celebrations on campus. So we have what we call Mardi Gras in honor of Joseph Maddie, the founder of our camp. So it's kind of like a big festival. And our final concert, Les Preludes, which is amazing, where our high school orchestra and wind ensemble will play in the bowl on campus, and our dancers will dance on the roof of the building, and it's just a magical experience. So apply by January 15th for our programs, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and we hope to see your application this year.
Thanks so much, Hannah. Up next is Luzerne Music Center.
Perfect. I am just going to share my screen again. Hi, everyone. I'm back. I am excited to chat now about my program, specifically our program, Luzerne Music Center. So we're a small overnight camp up in the Adirondacks in New York. We're about 3 hours north of New York City, and we run an orchestral and piano program. We have sessions that are either 2 or 4 weeks for our middle school age students, and then we have a 4-week session for our high school age session. So a brief overview of the day in a life for our campers. We say that the musical day during camp runs from about 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so in the morning, every student will have a lesson, chamber music, or practice time. Every student is in both a large ensemble as well as chamber music, and they have daily chamber music coaching with one of our faculty members. In addition to chamber music, again, our students are also in orchestra or a piano studio class. Our orchestra performs every week, and so there's a lot of repertoire being performed quickly at a high level. Additionally, we also have an elective program in the afternoon for large group classes such as music theory, music leadership, and there are supplemental composition and conducting courses. Students have at least one performance opportunity each week that they're at camp, and we do have solo performance opportunities, and as well as a concerto competition for both our younger and our older session. Overall, again, we're a smaller program, so we typically have about 70 students at a time. So we have a pretty low student to faculty ratio, which means you have a lot of personal attention there. And in addition to our student concerts, we also have our faculty concerts once a week, so you get to see your teachers perform as well. Beyond our faculty concerts, we also have our guest artist concerts that we have those periodically throughout the summer. And our senior session highlights a 2-week-long residency with musicians from the Philadelphia Orchestra when they're in residency at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center just down the road. Beyond those kind of music side of camp, we also do pride ourselves in balancing that intensive music festival program with some traditional summer camp aspects. We have lots of campfires, games, arts and crafts, and a private beachfront where our campers can swim, kayak, canoe, paddleboard. It's up in a beautiful part of the country in the Adirondacks, and so we definitely take advantage of that. We also take some off-camp trips. We go whitewater rafting, we go out to an amusement park, a high ropes course, and more. Our living, we're very fortunate to have gotten new cabins just a few years ago. And so they house up to 8 students in the cabin. We have both single gender and gender inclusive housing options. Right inside the cabins, we have bathrooms, so there's lots of privacy there for students. And the cabins are also air conditioned for those warmer summer days. We run 2 4-week sessions throughout the summer. So our junior session and our senior session are not concurrent. Our junior session, again, is designed for that middle school age students. And we have both 2 and 4-week options for that. While our senior session is for our high school students, and it is just a 4-week option. So it's a long session, and it gives musicians a great chance to have a really intensive experience. The dates here are up on our slide for next summer, and as well as our application deadline, which is March 15th. And so I encourage you to submit an application. I said it earlier in the evening, but also echoing some others now. Any summer experience that you have, as long as you pick the right fit for you, is going to be a really positive experience, and you'll grow a lot as a musician and a person. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Emily. Up next, we have Meadowmount School of Music.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can see me. I'm pinned now, right? Yeah, there I am. Great. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead. Well, first of all, introduce myself, and then I'll share my screen. I'm Genevieve Toomey. I'm the Executive Director of the Meadowmount School of Music, and I'm pretty new there. I've only been there for about 5 months, so 1 summer, and it's a very special place. So I'm excited to present to you about Meadowmount. So here we go. Okay, great. Okay, so starting with the basic facts, it's one of the longer programs. It's 7 weeks in length, June 22 to August the 8th. Our focus is violin, viola, and cello. And the age range is pretty broad, age 10 to 30. And the program is the same for all ages. Doesn't matter what age you are, the program is the same. We typically have around 180 students, 12 faculty, and then 6 collaborative pianists. And the collaborative pianists are really important because you do a lot of work with them on preparing your solo repertoire. And it's worth noting that Meadowmount was founded in 1944 by Ivan Galamian, which continues to be something we're very proud of. Location. So we're doing 2 Adirondacks programs back to back here. We're probably a little bit further north. We're about 4.5 hours north of New York City, just south of the Canadian border. And we are really in a very remote part of the country. There's nothing particularly close. So Albany's about 2 hours south. It's small towns that are around. If you like being really away from it all, if you like being outdoors, this is a good spot. Or maybe you just like to be in a practice room. So I wanted to share a little bit about what it's like to live at Meadowmount. We have really historic buildings. So the building on the top right there is Main House. When I talk to people that went to Meadowmount and they're alums who went there in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, they can tell me exactly what dorm they were in, and they will remember who their dorm mates were. These are really historic properties. The bottom left there is Paganini, which is 18 plus for boys, and then the top left there is Lilacs, which is 18 plus for girls. They're very beautiful buildings, and a lot of the rooms are really beautiful. You're either going to have an okay room or you might have a really special room. There aren't very many bad bedrooms. So that's one thing I think is quite nice. Everybody gets a single room because it's also your practice room, and only a handful of people are assigned to a double room. Main House has the dining hall, the infirmary, the mailroom, the canteen. If you're under 13, if you're in that 10 to 13 age group, then you arrange to live off campus with a family member or a guardian. A typical day, everybody's been sharing what the typical day looks like. For us, we tend to not overschedule. The emphasis is really on individual practice. So 8:30 to 12:30 in the morning practice, and then another hour later in the day of practice from 5 until 6. Unstructured time, a lot of unstructured time. You may get bored, but I think that boredom can be really good because it's also a journey of self-discovery and figuring things out. Most people coming to Meadowmount are coming for a reason. They're coming because they want to prepare for a competition. They want to prepare to get into college. They're getting ready for recitals. They really want to come and have a lot of time where they can practice, advance very quickly, get a year's worth of work done in 1 summer. That's really the emphasis. We have an incredible faculty, a wonderful violin, viola, and cello faculty. I would note that Caroline Code, who's at University of Michigan, and Ayani Kozasa, who's in the Kronos Quartet, they are a powerhouse team on viola and just really excited and enthusiastic. Hans-Jürgen Jensen is a legendary cello instructor. Paul Cantor, Janet Sung is our artistic director, a really strong faculty. Artistic life, private lessons, studio classes with your primary teacher, master classes with guest artists. Chamber music is also really important. You will get assigned to a chamber group, chamber coachings, and then we also have chamber music playoffs. A lot of things that others have talked about here as well. We only live stream our Wednesday evening concerts, and those are live streams in partnership with the Violin Channel. We have a huge alumni network, and a lot of alumni say this is where they figured out who they were, and this is where they figured out what they want to do with their life. They tend to be extremely positive about Meadowmount, and I just never know when I'm going to bump into somebody who went to Meadowmount. They're all over the place. One thing that's really popular is stargazing. The stars are really amazing at night. There are always field trips, excursions into town, farmers market on Sunday mornings. There's a hike on the property itself. There's a big hike up Mount Inez. So there's a good structure of field trips and excursions and clubs on campus, but nothing that is required. So it really is a create your own adventure. And that's my really brief overview. Deadline, similar to everybody else, is January the 15th. There's a lot of additional resources at our website. I would say that we have one complete scholarship for a common application through Equity Arc. However, we're also going to be looking at everybody that applies. There are other opportunities for subsidized scholarships, working on campus. There's a number of different opportunities. So I would encourage anybody that's interested to apply, and we're really excited to be partnering with Equity Arc. This is really important to us. So glad to be here. That's me.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have the National Symphony Orchestra Summer Music Institute.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stephanie Baker. I am the manager for the National Symphony Orchestra Summer Music Institute, and this is my colleague, Emily Heckel. Emily, if you want to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. I'm Emily Heckel. I'm also a manager with the Kennedy Center's Music Education Programming. I've been a part of managing the Summer Music Institute for probably the past 10 years. And I'm really excited that Stephanie has come on to take that role, but I'm also here to support the program and to support all who work on it.
Similar to Ms. Toomey, I just joined the Kennedy Center this year. So this will be my first year managing the Summer Music Institute, but it is not the first year of the program. We've been around for over 30 years. And one of the unique features of our Summer Institute is that you get to work side by side, individually and in small groups with the National Symphony Orchestra musicians and the Kennedy Center Opera House musicians. So our program is a 4-week program in the heart of Washington, D.C. We run from the end of June to the end of July. And during your 4 weeks, during your 4 weeks at the Kennedy Center, you will participate in private lessons with NSO musicians, chamber ensembles, 2 full orchestra concerts in the Kennedy Center Concert Hall, as well as a Pops concert with Stephen Reinecke, 5 chamber concerts, and you'll also participate in side-by-side rehearsals with the National Symphony Orchestra. The musicians join us for rehearsals on some of our summer music repertoire as well. Along with the orchestra program, we also have master classes, mock auditions, and other citizen artistry classes as well to address well-being of musicians. And one of the unique things that we offer through the Citizen Artistry Focus is reaching out to our Capitol Hill senators and House of Representatives. And last year and this upcoming summer, we spent a day on the Hill advocating for music across the country and in our hometowns and communities. Emily, what would you like to add?
Thank you, Stephanie. You really did hit all the kind of touch points of the program. I'll say just a little more details about what makes this program special. It is in our capital, and that's very cool. There's a lot of different special moments, unique moments that can happen when you're in Washington, D.C., and also at the Kennedy Center. So all of our activity is at the Kennedy Center, practice, rehearsals, concerts. And so there's a lot of other things happening at the Kennedy Center at the same time. The Broadway musicals are coming through, the NSO is performing their summer programming. And it's just an exciting time to be at the Kennedy Center, to be curating all the different arts that are being presented there, and then in Washington, D.C. as well. The students live in hotels that are within walking distance of the Kennedy Center, and there are resident advisors that live in the hotels with them. And there are different checks that happen daily so that everyone is accounted for. But it is a program where you can go to different restaurants or coffee shops or places in Washington, D.C. to explore. And I'd say that's a pretty interesting part of the program that people really embrace and like to take advantage of. The part about citizen artistry is really special too. Mostly what we're trying to do, the goal of the program is to show students that their art is doing something good for this community. And so we have different parts of the program that help them to develop their voice, be able to share their music with others, and to be able to identify what makes them passionate about their own music. Yeah, I think that's really it. We'll have Stephanie at the end to answer any questions, but I'll just put the website in the chat because it does have a few more details on the program that you can look into.
And our program is open to musicians ages 15 to 20, all musicians who play in the orchestra, including harp, piano, and percussion students are open to local DC students as well. With the hotel housing, just so that you are aware, each of the hotels has a kitchen in the house, or in the room rather. So we are a tuition-free program as far as the programming at the Kennedy Center is concerned, and housing. Students are responsible for their own meals. I think that covers it. Emily, anything else?
No, I think that was great. Really encourage you to look at this program as you are with every other program, sort of weigh what each program will offer you and what you would like to gain from your summer study.
We hope to see you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you both. Up next, we have New England Conservatory Summer Orchestra Institute.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm Christopher Bush. I'm the Director of Adult Education and Summer Programs at New England Conservatory. I hope you'll forgive me. I'm working on a cough drop, trying to get over being sick. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try to be quick on the draw and the mute button if I start coughing. So NEC's summer programs, I'll mostly be talking about our Summer Orchestra Institute, SOI, but we actually have a few programs that we're running this summer that we're ready to announce. We have others that aren't quite ready yet. The Summer Orchestra Institute is our flagship orchestra program. And then we have our new summer chamber music intensive that I think might be interesting to this group. And then we have our jazz lab as well. Our Summer Orchestra Institute is for ages 13 to 18. It happens right here at NEC. I'm in my office at NEC right now. We have two-week sessions, and you can do a 2-week session, you can do a 4-week session. It's totally up to you. Intermediate to advanced students, it's a full orchestra. Our audition material, as you can tell, is fairly straightforward. We do have a full scholarship covering tuition and room and board for an Equity ARC applicant. So we're very happy to be partnering with Equity ARC again this year. Now about SOI, what's actually happening in terms of repertoire. First, we've got our conductor. I got ahead of myself. Alyssa Wang you're the first to hear. She is going to be our conductor for both sessions this year. She's the principal conductor and artistic director of the Boston Festival Orchestra. She works quite a bit with the Boston Ballet as well, and has a heck of a sartorial sense. That jacket is amazing. So repertoire that's coming up this year, we can already announce. First week, Elgar Enigma Variations. Week number 2, Shostakovich 5. Week number 3, Pictures at an Exhibition. And for our big finale, Mahler 1. These are just the big pieces on the programs. This is not everything. So SOI is taking big swings at big repertoire. What are you doing at SOI? If you can see through my giant head. The day starts around 8 o'clock with breakfast in our Student Life and Performance Center, which is a new building. I believe we have a picture of it a little bit later. Got some lesson. You're either in a lesson around 9 o'clock or you have your own practice time. We will also be having that time for yoga, or if you want to do some exercise, that's up to you as well. Then we go into either sectionals or our large chamber wind rehearsals, chamber brass, chamber strings, chamber and percussion ensemble. Those happen before lunch, obvious. And then every single day that you're not playing a concert, you have orchestra rehearsal for 2.5 hours in the afternoon, followed by electives. What are these electives? Well, we have master classes from New England Conservatory College faculty, although occasionally somebody from outside the ecosystem slips in. We had one of the concertmasters at the Berlin Philharmonic do a master class last season. Sometimes they sneak in. We're not going to turn away Noah Bendix-Badgley at all. We also have electives and seminars on combating performance anxiety, issues with other physical wellness, Alexander technique, combating performance injury. This time every afternoon is a time where we can talk about and work through things that maybe aren't specifically playing in the orchestra, that are about life as a musician. Dinner, hopefully three square meals a day. And then in the evening, if there isn't a concert, then we have Res Life activities with the RAs. So I've been given a 1-minute warning, so I'm going to go through and say this new chamber music intensive program that we're running in August is free for everyone. We have an endowment. It will be free in perpetuity. We encourage you to apply. I can announce, well, check out the website. Our jazz lab, a week at the end of June, if you're into that kind of thing like jazz, we encourage you, and it's all levels from beginner to advanced jazz players. This is our Student Performance Life Center here. We have faculty from the college, from Boston freelancers, from colleges and performance ensembles around the world that are teaching in these sessions. So when you come to NEC during the summer, you're getting the best that we can possibly give you. This is where you're playing your concerts. This is Jordan Hall. If you would like a direct link to more information about our programs, go ahead and hit this QR code. I'll leave that up while I say thank you. And just to let you know, it is a very small musical world. People keep talking about this, but just to a tiny example of how that happens, Emily Brown over at Luzerne and I used to work together. A student that I taught at Luzerne when I used to teach there, I was a recommender for a job that she eventually took at Juilliard's MAP program. And then later she went back to college for a master's degree in Boston. And I ran into her on the street a few weeks ago. So it's a very small world. And welcome. We're super happy. I'll answer the questions in the chat individually. Thank you so much for having us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christopher. Up next is New England Music Camp.
My name is Thea Holman. I'm the Associate Director at New England Music Camp. We are located in Sydney, Maine, which is about an hour north of Portland, located on the beautiful Lake Messalonskee. We're very lucky and grateful for the land and the facilities that we have. And I'm going to talk to you about just a couple of our programs tonight. But something that is a thread through all of our programs, no matter which one you might be interested in, is balancing that musical experience and training with a traditional camp experience, whether that's canoeing, kayaking, swimming. We do a lot of traditional camp activities like campfires, song comp, talent show, carnival, things like that. We also aim to foster the growth of not just the musical person, but the whole person, and really strive to be a place, and I know many people have said this evening, we're a place where people can make lifelong friendships. I think one of my favorite parts of returning to camp each summer is hearing about, oh, we spent New Year's together, or oh, we all got together for this person's birthday, even though we live states away. So the friendships are really special. One program that we have is 4 weeks long. It's our core program, ages 12 to 18. That runs from June 28th to July 27th. The mornings are structured with our music classes. You'll take lessons. You can pick a major instrument and a minor instrument if you have multiple, areas that you're interested in. We have 2 bands, 2 choruses, 2 jazz bands. And you can take classes like sight reading, music theory, keyboard skills. So that's our morning. And then the evenings and afternoons are dedicated to that traditional camp experience where we have recreation time. We have evening activities that range from faculty and counselor recitals to audition student recitals to an evening swim down at the waterfront to a campfire to talent shows and carnivals. So really a nice wide range of activities. Our next program is Prelude, which is ages 9 to 13. Similar structure to core, but it's only 2 weeks and is great for students that might be their first time away from home, might be more beginner on their instrument. So those 2 programs are similar and run by one of our wonderful year-round administrators who's a wonderful strings teacher in Boston. She's developed a great curriculum for that program. And then the final program I want to highlight for you all this evening is our Chamber Music Intensive. This still follows the structure of a nice balance of music and camp activities, but maybe leans a little bit more heavily into the music. There's a bit more rehearsal time. You don't need to be a pre-formed group. You can apply on your own, and we'll place people in ensembles. And that's also a 2-week program, ages 14 to 19. So we get a lot of students that are preparing for college and to go study music in college. Our core and prelude programs are rolling admissions, and our chamber music program has an April 1st deadline. We acknowledge that sending your student to camp is a big time and financial commitment, and on top of our Equity ARC scholarship that we'll be providing, we also offer need-based financial aid. I facilitate that process, so please reach out if you have any questions. We also offer performance-based merit scholarships that are due in March that students can audition for. It is no cost to apply for financial aid, so please reach out if you have any questions about that. And just a couple of pictures from camp before I wrap up. This is the bowl. It's our outdoor amphitheater where all of our performances happen. It's beautiful right on the lake. We're very grateful to have it. And just some pictures of life at camp. And I just want to reiterate what's been said this evening, that no matter which summer study program you pick, it's a great experience, and there's so many wonderful programs on this call. So it's finding the program that, you know, speaks to you and feels right for you. And my email is here. I'll also put this information in the chat if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Thea. Up next is NYO.
Hello, my name is Mia, and I work at Carnegie Hall with the Artist Training Programs team, and we run NYO USA, NYO 2, and we actually have a third program, NYO Jazz. It's just not on the Common App. So our programs, what makes them unique is that they tour. NYO USA tours internationally. NYO 2 has usually done a second residency within the US, but they are actually doing their second residency internationally this year as well. And NYO Jazz will also tour internationally. So that is also why our due date is probably one of the earliest. Our due date is actually December 20th, but it's that international traveling component that kind of requires that early due date. So the dates of our programs and kind of the age parameters, NYO USA is for 16 to 19, and we do have specific birth dates that we have to follow. And you can find that information on our website. But USA will take place from July 5th to August 7th, and they are actually doing an Asia tour this year. So they'll be going to Japan, China, Hong Kong, and South Korea. NYO 2 is for ages 14 to 17, and again, follows very specific birth date parameters. That program will run July 12th to early August. And they will be participating in the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland. So our end date is still slightly up in the air just because of the collaboration with them, but they'll be coming back in early August. And I don't think NYO Jazz has publicly announced yet where their tour will be, but it will also run from July 12th to early August. And what is so great about these programs is that we have all the students come to Purchase College in New York. It's about an hour north of New York City for a 2-week residency. And they stay on the campus, meals are provided. And then it's a pretty intense experience of orchestral rehearsing, sectionals with faculty that we bring in from all over the world. And then just working with each other. We also have composer apprentices, an orchestra manager apprentice, and an orchestra librarian apprentice. So everyone kind of works together to create this really great atmosphere of learning and experiencing the music. One of the things I enjoyed the most in 2022, I was orchestra manager of NYO2, just the openness to learning and collaborate that I was able to witness amongst the students. All these kids coming from all over the United States, some who might technically reside outside of the United States, come together. Most of them don't know each other, but as many have mentioned before, they make and build these lasting friendships that then, they get to explore at other music camps and festivals throughout the rest of their musical career. So the program is tuition free. Everything is provided once you get to Purchase College. We do also have financial aid available for travel assistance if that is needed. And then of course, because of the international travel component, everyone does need to have a passport. So that's part of also why the early deadline. But it's a great experience. It is intense. It is musically intense. The touring is always intense. But at the end, I think it's a great experience and everyone comes away with a lot of really great memories and really great friends.
Thanks so much, Mia. Up next is Ravinia Steens Music Institute.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. You're on the home stretch. I'm happy to join this group of amazing programs. My name is Ariel. I am the Assistant Director at the Steens Institute at Ravinia. I have been with the company for 7 summers now. I'm just going to start a little slideshow so that we can learn a little bit more about the program. Excellent. Steens Institute. So, we are located at Ravinia Festival. Ravinia is the oldest outdoor music festival in North America. We have over 100 years of history and a beautiful 36-acre campus located just about 30 minutes north of Chicagoland. We put on over 100 outdoor events, music of all different genres. We are the summer home of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, and we are also the home of several educational branches, including the Steens Institute. The Steens Institute has been running since 1988, so we are moving into our 36th year of operation. We focus on various genres, including jazz and classical voice, but today we're going to talk about our piano and strings program. It focuses on interpreting classical sonatas and chamber music. It is 5 weeks long in the center of our summer, so late June into late July. We feature a rotating cast of amazing faculty members. Some of these names might be familiar to you, including our new artistic director, Midori. A lot of the names that have been shared this evening are either alums of our program or faculty members as well, so it's good to hear familiar names. The program is much like other chamber music programs. Violinists, violists, cellists, pianists, as well as a collaborative piano fellow come to rehearse and coach in a very intimate, intensive environment that really focuses on the artist as a whole human and helping support them as they focus on their craft. We put on a series of 10 concerts as well as 3 master classes across our summer program in our dedicated space, Bennett Gordon Hall, the smallest indoor space which was purposefully built for our program here at Ravinia Festival. Most of our concerts are live streamed as well as free to the public. We build a really wonderful international community. You do not need to be from the US in order to attend the Steens Institute. You just need to get yourself to Chicagoland and we take care of everything else. The experience is tuition free, much like the previous program. You just need to get yourself to Chicagoland and we take care of the rest of it. We have local housing, local transportation if the housing is not adjacent to our campus. We provide lunch and dinner daily. You also have access to the wonderful performances that are available here in Chicagoland and at Ravinia Festival. We're also less than a mile from Lake Michigan, which means you can enjoy the beach and the Chicago Botanic Gardens. The experience in terms of musical activities, we have one-on-one coachings with our faculty members, which rotate on a weekly basis, as well as chamber music coachings, studio classes, more informal learning sessions and reading sessions, special presentations about community activism, as well as fun activities like going to the Botanic Gardens and that sort of thing. Eligibility for our program, again, we focus on violin, viola, cello, piano, as well as collaborative piano. Age range is 18 to 30. It's open to any nationality, but attendance for the full program is required. Again, like many of these programs, it's very intensive, it's really immersive, it's a wonderful opportunity to network with your fellow musicians and get your performance to the next level. You can learn more at ravinia.org. Thank you for your time.
So much. Up next, we have Sphinx Performance Academy.
Hi, everybody. I want to start with thanks to Paula Wilson and Equity Arc team for organizing this fair, and thanking everyone joining this call, parents, families, colleagues, and also those who watch this later. My name is Ana Abrantes, and I serve as Director of Education for the Sphinx organization. And next summer, we're going to have a new location for the Sphinx Performance Academy. So let me share here a few photos so I can keep track of the time. So every summer, we partner with different institutions and conservatories to host our summer camp. Each session is 2 weeks long. And we serve string instruments, including double bass. So next summer, we're going to start for the second half of June for the first session in Boston, at the Boston Conservatory at Berkeley. The second session is in partnership with the Juilliard School from July 6 to July 19. And we're going to end the summer in Boulder, Colorado, at the University of Colorado, beautiful campus. And our third year in that university. So depending on what you're looking ahead for your career, we have 2 conservatory options for you to attend, or a college campus in Boulder for you to learn all about the options that you have for college. Our application deadline is February 16th. There is no cost for applying or to attend the program. It's a full tuition program. All you have to pay for is your transportation to the location, to the session. But even if that is a barrier for you, you can reach out to me. We have scholarships available even for transportation. Eligibility is for string instruments, as I mentioned. The age is 11 to 17 years of age. And you must be a U.S. citizen or legal resident. If you are in the United States with a different visa, you can reach out to us and we can help you for any specific cases. It's a very packed and schedule intensive program, as many of our other presenters tonight mentioned, starting the day at 8 a.m. with breakfast. Then morning hours will have either individual practice or private lessons. You get to have a lesson every other day. So the pace of the camp is very fast. A pause for student free time and lunch or some community building activities. In the afternoon, we have 2 sessions, one at 2 p.m. and another at 4:30, and they involve electives, including master classes, ensemble rehearsals, studio classes, musical studies, including music theory, composition, guest lectures, mentorship, admission sessions with our host organizations, and the list goes on and on. Another pause for social interaction and dinner. And then in the evenings, we have performances, we have more master classes or curated social time in the residence halls. You get to have performance opportunities at the end of camp, both solo performances and ensemble performances. The session at the Boston Conservatory and in Boulder are focused in chamber music, so either string quartets or quintets, including the double bass. And the session at the Juilliard School is focused on chamber orchestra. And the differential for that session is that you get to perform both modern orchestra and Baroque. So the Juilliard School early music department provides all the instruments and bows. So you get to learn a different approach to music making with the only and only Robert Mealy, the head of the department. So each session will have a differential. So in Berkeley, you're going to have more of a improvisation, composition focus, and in Boulder is truly chamber music and movement with their department of Alexander Technique. So all 3 sessions are amazing. They're all equally exciting, but they have a little bit of difference between them. But other than that, you're getting lessons every other day, and you're getting connections with Sphinx artists. You're getting mentorship to apply for the Sphinx competition, and we hope you join us for that. Again, SPA or SPA, as we refer to it, is tuition free. You get master classes not only with Sphinx artists, but renowned artists from the host institutions. There are performance opportunities, free recordings, headshots, other media. And if you come to our summer camp, you're going to be welcome to the large Sphinx familia. So I hope you consider applying. I look forward to seeing your applications. And again, thank you so much for joining tonight.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Summer at San Francisco Conservatory of Music.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Reynolds. I am Associate Director for the pre-college and the summer programs at the Conservatory of Music. I have a screen to share, but I don't seem to be able to do so. So I'll just type in our webpage into the chat and you can take a look. I'm here to talk about our HARP Immersive, which is part of the Common App this year. It's a 1-week immersive that is a full day program. It can be a commuting option or it can be a residential program. I'm just going to try and get in the address here. If you go to that website, you will see it's really easy to remember, sfcm.edu/summer, and you will see all of our summer opportunities there, but I'm talking about the HARP Immersive. This is open to students 12 to 19, so before you finished your first year of college. Like I said, it's either residential in our Bose Center dormitory, or I have to tell you, most of the students are commuting. Even if they're coming from long distance places, they're coming with a parent and staying nearby. We do provide HARPs on a first come, first serve basis. So if you're coming from a long distance, and obviously you're not going to travel with your HARP, we can help you out with that. And if we run out of, we have about 8 HARPs that the conservatory owns. If we run out, or if we have more interest in that, we can connect you with local rental options for that. The sample daily schedule on the website is much like everything else you've seen here. We keep everyone busy for the whole day in a variety of activities. In the HARP Immersive, you get a morning practice intensive that is peppered with lessons throughout the week with our wonderful faculty member, Jennifer Ellis. And then in the afternoons, you have large HARP ensemble plus workshops in practicing and eurythmics and harp history. And the week culminates with a concert on the final Friday, which is live streamed and free of charge to the public. And it includes all the music that the students have learned during the week, both solo and ensemble. It's a little bit different process for application / registration than most of your other camps here because we have a pretty, I'm going to say we usually have about 12 to 15 students, and we're not currently doing an audition screening. We ask for you to provide your playing in order so that we can place you properly with music, but it's just a straight ahead registration. Now, if you're applying for financial aid, which we can offer, especially through the ARC Equity, then you should just email me directly and we'll sidestep that registration process for you, which requires payment upfront, and we'll work on a different thing on the back end. That's all I've got. So happy to hear about all my colleagues' programs, which I can highly endorse every one of them. They're wonderful. And thanks to everyone for the fair. I'll be around for a breakout room or I can answer questions in the chat. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Laura. Up next is National Orchestral Institute and Festival.
All right, great. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Amanda. I'm representing NOI plus F. I have a video to share, but before I do, I just want to talk about a few things. We are located at the University of Maryland, which is just outside Washington, D.C., which is just a great happening area to be in the summer. We're primarily a college level festival. Our age limitations are 18 to 30. Our dates this year are May 28th through June 30th, so a little bit over a month. And we are also tuition free. One highlight that is really special for 2025 will be a performance of Mahler 2 with Marin Alsop in the Washington National Cathedral. So it's going to be very, very cool. So let me share this video. Hopefully it cooperates. And it'll give you a little bit more of an idea of what NOI is like.
name is Rohan Joshi. I am a violist.
My name is Spencer Schaefer. I play the trombone.
I'm Julia Cruz. I come from Spain.
My name is Tiffany. I'm a double bass player. I'm from Taiwan.
Working with the wide variety of faculty, especially not just in your own instrumental discipline, you know, across disciplines is always just so unique and so different. It's very easy as, you know, a student musician to get caught up in how just your instrument works, I feel, but like since at NOI you're within a much wider community of instruments that's really much more intimate than I feel even large university environments provide, you begin to kind of assemble a picture of playing that's much more holistic.
It's interesting this week playing Beethoven 5 with faculty members in the orchestra. And I think that's another strong suit about the NOI Festival, is that we have these working professionals in our field sitting right next to us. And it's kind of like people talk about, you know, meeting their heroes, and that's kind of how I'm feeling when I'm playing here at this festival. It's like we're all a team, and it's exhilarating to sit down and know that, you know, right from the start, we're aware, we're present, we're ready to go, and that just, it's electrifying when the orchestra is on that level, and I think Marin really brings that out of us.
Every day it's unique. This has been a really intense month and fantastic, just fantastic. To be part of the Taki Alsop Fellowship is a dream come true. It means it's a life-changing opportunity. To work close with Marin, well, it's a huge learning opportunity for any conductor. But the most special part of it, it's the human connection you develop, not only with her, but also with everyone who is part of the fellowship. I think that's the greatest success of the Taki Alsop Fellowship.
We spend years to be perfect at those excerpts, but never really get a chance to play the piece actually. So it's really nice that you know how the excerpts fit in the piece.
I think something that stands out to me this year is the repertoire. Also the fact that we've been able to work with these living composers and actually interact with them and not see them as an engraving on a page. So I think that component and that ability that NOI has to reach out to these sort of composers who really deserve to have their voice out there, I think is really what stood out to me this year especially.
It's just an unparalleled experience.
Okay, so there you have it. Our application deadline is February 4th, and we hope that you apply. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Amanda. All right. So thank you so much to all of our Common App partners. I have a few videos that were submitted from those who weren't able to be with us. So I'm going to share 2 of them, and you can find the rest of them in the recording that I'll be sending out by the end of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to hear from Via Academy.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Robinson and I'm the co-artistic director here at VIA Academy. VIA Academy Summer Program is designed to empower the next generation of musicians from underrepresented communities in classical music. Today, we're excited to give you an inside look at everything you need to know about this incredible opportunity for you and your young musician. If your student is passionate about classical music and wants to take their skills to the next level, VIA Academy is the perfect program for them. Let's dive in and talk about what makes VIA Academy so unique and how it can be a life-changing experience for students in grades 9 through 12. First, the most important thing you need to know about VIA Academy is that it's completely free. That's right. Tuition, travel, housing, food, and even the materials needed for the program are all provided. We believe that talent should be the only barrier to entry, and we're committed to making this experience accessible to every student. Whether you're from a rural area, a city, or a remote part of the country, VIA Academy is here to support students from all corners of the United States. We specifically aim to reach remote and underrepresented communities in classical music, providing an opportunity for students who might not have access to this kind of mentorship and training. The program runs for 2 weeks. The first week is online, where students participate in interactive virtual lessons, guest artists, group classes, and master classes. This allows for flexibility and nationwide participation. During the second week, students travel to Miami, Florida, where the program takes place in person at the prestigious New World Center, home of the renowned New World Symphony. Being at the New World Center is an incredible opportunity for these young students to immerse themselves in a world-class environment, surrounded by professional musicians and educators. And when students are in class, they'll be staying at Alton Point, a housing complex operated by the New World Symphony located right on the campus. Each student will be paired with a roommate and enjoy fully furnished apartments with free laundry facilities and full kitchens. We provide all the essentials, bed linens, towels, toiletries, and kitchenware, so students can focus on what matters most, their music. One of the most transformative aspects of VIA Academy is our mentoring sessions. Each student is paired with a teaching artist, a top-notch professional who is dedicated to guiding students toward their own unique future. These mentoring sessions cover everything from overcoming obstacles to college preparation and even career advice. VIA Academy isn't just about learning music. It's about career pathways and setting students up for success in their lives beyond the program. Our teaching artists help each student develop their passion, refine their goals, and make a plan to turn those dreams into reality. Every student receives 5 individual lessons with their teaching artist, where they will refine their technique and work on repertoire guided by someone with world-class experience. In addition to lessons, VIA Academy helps students develop a strong connection to their communities. Each student will identify their passions and how they can use their musical skills to make an impact where they live. We call these community project proposals. By the end of the program, students will have crafted a project proposal, and the best proposals will be awarded a $500 mini grant to help turn their ideas into action, along with continued mentorship throughout the next school year. VIA Academy also includes guest artist sessions that cover important career skills such as networking, finding financial support, health and wellness for musicians, and entrepreneurial skills, college preparation, and career pathways. And finally, each student is assigned to a chamber music ensemble where they will receive coachings throughout the second week. At the end of the program, they'll perform as a group, showcasing the artistry and musical growth they've experienced during their time at VIA Academy. VIA Academy is more than just a summer program. It's a place for young musicians to develop their craft, build their careers, and create a lasting impact. It's a chance to join a community of like-minded, passionate musicians and take your skills to the next level. If you or someone you know is a student in grades 9 through 12 who is passionate about classical music and is looking for a unique opportunity to learn, grow, and perform, We encourage you to apply for VIA Academy. Don't miss out on this incredible free summer experience. To learn more and start your application, visit us online at viamusicacademy.org. We can't wait to see you this summer.
Right. And then our last video is we'll hear from Brevard.
Brevard is, first and foremost, a really extraordinary experience. Every facet of this place breathes inspiration for our students, for our audiences, for the artist faculty who gather here every year. It's a real coming together. First, it's hard to ignore the setting. This is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. We call it home. It's a place where you want to commune with music. It's a place for deep self-searching and for continual improvement. I think there is a very, very special feeling here, and people come together and support each other in pursuit of a common goal, and that is to be the best musician that each of them can individually be.
All my friends inspire me. I mean, everyone is passionate about music here, and music touches everyone.
Every time that I've been here for the summers, I've really expanded my musical knowledge, and it's just a great opportunity.
And you hear other people playing really well, it makes you want to work harder and makes you want to match their levels.
We try to make this a place where, yes, the level of instruction is very high because the level of competition in music is very high. The competition builds people. This is not a place that's about telling people that they're not good enough. Our job is to tell people how good they can be. Instructors here are artist faculty who are totally committed to raising everybody up. And it's a supportive network that really everybody grows off of each other. And everything about this place makes all of our students leave inspired and bettered in some profound way.
The physical beauty of the place is really magical.
There's nothing like going for a walk, seeing the water, seeing the sunshine, and feeling the nature around you.
It feels very isolated, and it's kind of easier to focus sometimes compared to like the hustle bustle of a city.
The integration with nature, the setting is really inspiring.
I was really looking for a summer where I could just completely be immersed in chamber music.
One of the most appealing things about Madeline Island is how closely we work with professional quartets, people who are out in the world performing constantly and have learned how to have a career in chamber music.
The biggest reason why I wanted to come here was the exposure to people of different cultures. That kind of cultural interaction I feel like is extremely positive in my growth as a musician, and it's been something that I wouldn't trade for anything.
You take these individuals that have never met each other before, coming from various parts of the world with different backgrounds, different ages, different interests, and you put them in a room together for the first time, and magic happens.
Kinhaven is a 6-week intensive chamber music experience for high school musicians aged 14 through 18 in the rolling hills of Western Vermont. We pride ourselves on creating a nurturing environment that is distinctly non-competitive. Monday they get their music for the first time and they get their first coaching. If they have a group that meets Monday, that means it meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with a concert on Friday, or it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday with a concert
wonderful thing imaginable. They can feel, I think many times for the first time, free to be who they really truly are.
There's a very wide range of music making here. A lesson by yourself, you would possibly be in a piano trio of 3, then maybe a quartet of 4, and then maybe chamber orchestra, and then we get to the symphonic. The most special days at Containment is that first day when they arrive. They know they've landed somewhere different. They see and they feel an energy in the air that is non-competitive, it's supportive, it's nurturing, and we build this, and this community grows, and this affects the music making, this affects the chamber music, and their ability to play with one another, and the energy is quite unique and special. It makes us all teary at the end of the summer to witness.
I'm asked all the time what makes the NRO unique among literally any other festival in the United States. There is no other focus except becoming the best musician you can be.
Without the NRO, musicians wouldn't have the high quality experience that they need. The NRO is vital to the future of music.
The NRO was created in 1960 to help bridge the gap between undergraduate and graduate students and professional life. Each year, the National Repertory Orchestra brings in 80 musicians. They're young professionals ages 18 to 29 years old. And throughout those 8 weeks, we will do more than 100 public-facing events. The driving force of the National Repertory Orchestra season is always connecting with the community. So you will not only find the NRO in the concert hall, but you will find us on Main Street, on a trail, on a mountain. The NRO understands why people come to Summit County. It's the beauty, it's the excitement, it's the adventure. And that's everything you get when you come see an NRO concert.
I think that NRO does a really great job of making classical music accessible for people who might not ordinarily come to concerts.
Performances by a premier classical music ensemble are not easily come by, so we provide a great deal of value to Breckenridge and the local community.
We're so lucky to have an organization like the NRO here in Breckenridge. These are world-class musicians coming to share their gifts with our community.
When I became music director of the NRO, I realized immediately how essential this organization has been in helping to shape the landscape of music in America. There is no other festival, none, which has the density of programming that we have, and it's one of the attractions for our musicians to come here. And then on top of that, you get to do it in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is one of the most beautiful places in the country.
The NRO, more than any other festival, does such a great job of preparing us for the real world. This festival is most like what a job in an orchestra would feel like, and it's a really good experience to have going into our careers.
The NRO contributes to the vibrant art fabric of our community, and I think it's our responsibility to become a part of that.
We are one of very few organizations that do what we do, and we do it at the highest level. The National Repertory Orchestra is the future of classical music, and the future looks bright. Please join us.